I wanted to show you these comments from Elon Musk. He addressed the crowd via video link. Have a listen.
Violence is going to come to you. You will have no choice. You're in a fundamental situation here where whether you choose violence or not, violence is coming to you. You either fight back or you die. You either fight back or you die. And that's the truth.
Esther, those comments have been going around online. They sound quite incendiary. Give us some context. What was Elon Musk talking about?
Well, he was talking about sort of the rise or the overreach of the British state, particularly when it comes to free speech, which Britain has basically become a laughingstock for the rest of the world. And he's basically arguing that you need to fight back against these institutions that are trying to take away a fundamental right. It's a bit interesting to look at it because we had Peter Kyle, who's the new business secretary on Sky News here in the UK, talking about how incendiary and a bit odd his comments were. Now, Elon Musk of yesterday, when he was still backing Donald Trump and seemed to be a significant part of the US administration, which we can draw many parallels here with Reform UK, would have hit differently to now that he's estranged from the US government, which seems to many people to be the only bulwark to stand against kind of the woke and promote freedom of speech. So those kind of two versions of Elon Musk are strange because on the one hand, he doesn't have the same kind of sway not being part of the US administration anymore under Donald Trump. But on the other hand, we know that he's very passionate about British political issues because he had a British grandmother. But I think the sentiment that free speech in this country is really under threat and that Britain has gone too far and we've basically risked our standing as one of the first countries to actually guarantee free speech and a free speech tradition is completely spot on.
All right, before we go, Prince Harry has told journalists his conscience is clear over the way he has publicly discussed his family's troubles. So I've got to ask you, Esther, might there be something defective with Prince Harry's conscience?
I think so. I think that there's a massive gap or a gaping crevice where his conscience is supposed to be, which is the only thing that can explain why it's clear. He seems to have decided to stay stum on his meeting with the king, which is indicating that he's understanding the royal family's need for privacy. But the fact that he doesn't think he's done anything wrong just shows that he's kind of too far gone for salvation, really. And it's no wonder Prince William wants nothing to do with him.
Indeed, I tell you what, I was surprised to hear those comments. After everything that's happened, my conscience is clear. You're kidding me. That's just a big red flag, I would have thought. We've got just a minute and a bit left, but last question I wanted to ask you was about guns for police officers in the UK. I think only 5% of UK police are armed with guns, but a new report from Scotland Yard recommends all police carry weapons. This is after a number of police officers were attacked with knives. On the one hand, Esther, it makes sense to me that police would carry guns. They do here in Australia. But it begs the question, what's changed in the UK that they suddenly need to?
Well, the risk profile of police officers has just gone up. You know, you're seeing more and more incidents of police officers being attacked. And actually, funnily enough, the number of police carrying gun-carrying police officers has gone down. Many of them feel like the police force isn't actually protecting them or defending their officers. We're seeing increasing numbers of officers being prosecuted for actually using their guns lawfully, in which case the card-carrying officers, which is what we call officers here that carry guns, has just dropped. So actually trying to recruit officers to even be trained to carry firearms and to use them when they need is going down. So it's kind of a double whammy. Unfortunately, the police feel less and less safe, but also they don't want to bother carrying guns, basically, because they feel like they're not being defended by their employers.
Yeah, and this is all about, policing by consent. Therefore, they shouldn't have to carry weapons. I just think the public would have a lot more confidence in police if they were armed to deal with criminals. On the other hand, when police are arresting people for tweets, you can understand why others might be a little reticent to have the police armed. Esther Krakue, always a joy to speak with you. Thanks for joining me.